I'm close enough to you, right?
Yeah.
Close enough. Just within a few sentences.
You would, yeah.
Well, I would have been. I'm sure it's not like that.
Actually, I was
That is funny. I would too.
I'm sure. Or just hire.
Cheerio.
Cheerio.
All right, we're going to get going. There are stools back here. If anybody wants to sit in a stool, grab a seat up front here. I'm going to sit on the piano. Sit here. Anywhere else you want to sit, Brian's going to sit there.
The most expensive seat in the house.
It is, I know, for sure. For sure.
Just want to make sure I can.
About probably, oh gosh, I don't know, a long time ago, Brian, my best friend Brian, who's here tonight playing, we're going to accompany JR with the song, got me started playing guitar, and really, that's where it all started. I've got a long story there about it, but I'm not going to go into that. But one of the things that Brian and I always did was we always covered this Counting Blue Cars Dishwalla song. And I know, it's such a great song. We did it horribly, but we gave it a But the thing was, the more beer we drank, the better we sounded. So by the time the night was over, we were studio quality. Studio quality. Yeah.
It was 8-track.
Yep. So as I was listening to Dishwalla, I started listening to J.R. Richards, who was their original lead singer and wrote that song, and I started watching his solo stuff that he was doing, and he covered his own song, which was Every Little Thing, right?
Yes, it would have been one of them, yes.
Yes, exactly.
It's all a blur.
Yeah, and so this song, the original version that he did, there was a difference in the lyric. The lyric had changed a little bit, and so I wanted to find out why the lyric had changed, and so instead of just Googling it or asking around, I invited him to the house. That is true. That's the truth. And it turned out it was just a little glitch in the production process. So
Really? You never told me the
no deep hidden meeting there. So JR's been gracious enough to come all the way here. It was on his way. He's doing a tour. We're actually on a T-shirt, which I'm going to send links out to everybody.
On J.R. Richards' website.
Yes. So we're the third stop, and it says Wichita, Kansas, right on there. This is it. He's been very gracious to come here and give us some of his time. Brian and I jammed a little bit with him initially. We're going to do one of the last songs with him, but you're not going to be disappointed. He is very gifted, very talented, and we're very, very lucky to have him here. So, without further ado,
Neon.
all right, ladies and gentlemen, J.R. Richards.
Thanks for that, Jeff. I love that. You helped break the ice for me.
I started doing these solo shows back in 2021, and it was because of COVID, right? And because they closed all the venues, and all the recording studios were closed as well. So, in fact, it was February 2020. We live in England. Did you mention that? No.
Oh no, I did.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry. Yeah. No, my wife's British. We live in just south of Oxford in England, and I was just about to get in the car and drive to Heathrow to fly to Manila to start a tour in the Philippines. And my wife runs out. She says, "Hang on for a second." I'm like, "What's up?" She said, "Looks like the Secretary of Health has just closed all the venues that are larger than 500 seats, which was every show." So anyway, so it was one of those things where you're like, oh, "Okay, well, this will blow over in what, a few weeks?" So we rescheduled, and of course it kept going. And then we rescheduled a month out, and then you get that realization that it's not going to happen. So all of a sudden, my whole year was touring. I was going to be in South America. I was going to be all over Europe. I was going to start in the Philippines, come to the U.S. So for a musician, that's how we keep the lights on, right? And so for the rest, I thought, well, okay, I'm working on an album. I'll just focus on that. All the studios were closed, so that was a problem. Anyway, so 2021 comes around, and a friend of mine who's a singer in another band. Do you know the Verve Pipe? So Brian, I've toured with the Verve Pipe forever. So Brian Vander Ark is a singer in the band. He's a good friend of mine. So he and I were Skyping one day, as we do, and we were talking about, like, what are you doing right now? And he's like, yeah, I'm doing the solo tour thing, the living room tour is what he called it. And I was like, what's that? He's like, it's the coolest thing that you never thought would be cool, And he said he started doing it back in around 2010, only because the idea of doing this was terrifying to me. It's like way out of my comfort zone. I'm used to having a band of 4 or 5 guys behind me, and amps and drums, and you can stand in the shadows if you want to for a moment and kind of hide behind all of that pomp and circumstance. But it's very, kind of naked to be just sitting here with a guitar and that's it, and my voice. So anyway, but he acquiesced to some fans that lived near him. He went and played the house and their living room, and he's like, man, it was one of the coolest experiences of my life. And so I've been doing it ever since, along with touring with the band. So I thought, all right, I'll put it out to my email list, and thinking that I'd be happy if, maybe a dozen people responded. I had 80 responses the next morning. People were like, yes, let's do this. So that started this whole thing, which is why, and then, so Jeff was like, hey man, I got a question for you. You want to come to my house? Absolutely. So I started on the West Coast this time around, and I've just kind of basically played my way across the United States and through Canada. I'll come out. I'll be here in the U.S. playing for about 3 months this year. So off and on, I kind of fly back and forth. In fact, I'm playing just a bunch of shows with Toad the Red Sprocket as well this year. So I'm from Santa Barbara, California, and that's where they're from as well. So we all grew up together. Anyway, Sorry, I don't know why I was rambling, but
Keep talking.
yeah. So that's how it all started, and this will be. I think I was trying to count it the other day. I think this is my 158th show like this since the summer of 2021. So cool. So anyway, well, I'm gonna just kind of see how things are sounding. I'm gonna play a song that I know you all know, and kind of warm up my voice at the same time. Okay. Here we go. That's definitely not a tune. Sorry. Guitar's been real frisky today.
Yeah.
Too much Kansas.
Kansas thing.
This video cool.
Although, has it been humid? Today feels humid.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. I promise to put it in my measure. He's a big fan.
All right, close that.
I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord. You don't really care for music, do ya? It goes like this: the fourth to the fifth, the mouthful, angel left, and the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Your faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the moon, her beauty in the moonlight overthrew you. She tied you to her kitchen chair. She broke your throne. She cut your hair. From your lips she drew hallelujah, 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 hallelujah,
That's how you say it in a rock show.
Jolly good, Chapman.
Cheers, mate.
Right.
So you guys familiar with a TV show that was around for a while called Smallville? Yeah, it's like, and for those of you who don't know, it's Superman when he was maybe in his early 20s or something like that, like college days or whatever it was. And this is before he was with Lois Lane. Yeah, he was with Lana, I think. That's pre-Lois Lane. But anyway, there's an episode. This all makes sense in a second. There's an episode, a final episode of the season, and he dies. in the episode, but of course it's the Man of Steel, so he didn't die. So the first show of the following season, he shows up at Lana's door and knocks on the door. And this is one of those really cool moments where the door is open, so he kind of pushes it open, and all of that environmental sound goes away, all the dialogue and everything, and it goes into slow motion, and the door opens up, and Lana's standing down the hallway, and she sees him, and he's alive, and so they kind of run into slow motion, and they embrace. Right? Big moment. Big Smallville moment. Anyway, the song that's going on is the song I'm about to play for you, which is really cool when you write a song and it actually gets really featured in that kind of way. That's not always the case. I've had the exact opposite sometimes. But the song's called Collide, so it kind of made sense that it would. Anyway, so here you go. This is a Superman song here. Here we go.
When I came here, there was war, and now I've gone back to destroy, and I've got nothing left. And it's a shame what we've become when we hurt the ones we love. And it's a place I cannot go anymore. When we collide, we lose ourselves. When we collide, we break and shoot. And as we push and we shove, and we are the ones we love. So oh, stay when we collide, we break. When the calm comes crashing down, and the fight lost from what it's about, I can tell that you were there. And it's a shame what we've become when we are the ones we love. And it's a place I cannot go anymore. When we collide, we lose ourselves. When we collide, we break and shoot. And as we push and we shove, and we are the ones we love. It's a mistake when we collide. When we collide. And it's a hard mistake when we collide. And it's a mistake when we collide, we lose ourselves. When we collide, we break and shoot. And as we push and we shove, and we are the ones we love. It's a hard mistake when we collide. When we collide. And it's a hard mistake when we collide. We break.
Oh yeah, good times. Super bad. So, to be honest, I've only ever seen that episode. Which is really bad. Hey ho. Hey ho, right? Another English thing.
That's right.
So yeah, we were talking about, been living in the UK for 8 years, and it's hilarious how you just soak things in. So I lived in this little village that's called Buckland, where Buck is, and named after Buck. And it's, if you took the cars off the roads, there's no street lights. We have a few gas lamps that they light occasionally. Our house is an old dairy house, and it was, built for the big manor house that's on, basically why Buckland exists, the big Buckland Manor House. But in our house, 400 years old or some ridiculous thing like that. And but if you took the cars off the roads in our village, it could be the 18th century, 17th century. It's so cool. So as an American, I'm like, this is freaking awesome. I'm like trying to hug everybody all the time. They're like, wait, mate, don't engage. But they're used to me now. But I am the Yank.
That's right.
Sorry. Good times. But anyway, yeah, I'm picking up. A lot of it is, you go to just to fill up your car, and you're like, just the gas on pump number 5, and it's like, beg your pardon.
Right.
The petrol.
The petrol. Right. That's right.
Petrol.
The garage.
Yeah, garage. Yeah. And you guys spell tires really weird.
Tyres.
Yeah, no, I was like, I think you got your signs a little messed up. Anyway, so this next song is, it's the reason we're here.
Okay.
Right, this every little thing. It's interesting that Jeff picked up in this song by accident when we were editing the song. We were busy doing, and it skipped one word, which of course changes the whole meaning of the whole sentence. And I was so bummed when I heard it after it was said and done, because I just went past it. I just kept putting it in there in my mind, even though it was gone. And it's anyway, so it made a big difference to the song because it's too late to change it. So I ended up re-recording an acoustic version of it, and Jeff noticed that it was different. So bless your heart, man. I mean, I love that you're like a cop. And you're like, I noticed that you changed the conjunction.
Exactly. Flashlight.
I'm gonna see some ID things.
And hey, that little mistake is the reason why we're here. So,
I know, is that weird? Crazy.
That's
so
strange.
Crazy how
Twists
things
and
work.
turns.
Yep, that's little things in life.
It is.
And it's so cool. Yeah. So this is every little thing.
Let me in to see you in the moonlight, to get me home along the tears that come. See you come. I want you to believe in life, but I get the strangest feeling that you're gone away. And will you find out who you are? It's too late to change. I wish I could be Just lift me up and make a sound, and let me put you up before you hit the ground. And see you come. You say you're alright, gonna get the strangest feeling that you've gone away. And will you find out who you are when it's too late to change? I wish I could be every little thing you wanted all the time. And oh, I wish I could be every little thing you wanted, and every little thing you wanted. Don't give me up. Don't give me up tonight. Oh, soon everything will be right. Oh, salvation is when you find out who you are. Not too late. It's not too late to change. It's not too late to change. Wish I could be every little thing you wanted all the time. And oh, I wish I could be every little thing you wanted, and every little thing you wanted all the time. This time, and every little thing you wanted, Lord, I wish I could be every little thing you wanted, but I get the strangest feeling that you've gone away.
Thanks, you guys. Good times, right? So, big change.
So what was the comment?
Oh, right. So, the change you mean?
Yeah.
The lyrics. So, in the album, it says.
Salvation is when you find out who you are. Too late to change.
Right, which is not. It was supposed to be salvation is when you find out who you are, not too late to change.
So I thought, okay, there must have been some big life event that happened.
Just keep thinking. It's not too late to change. I didn't
Right, yeah.
repeat that. So it's like, that doesn't make sense. It's,
Yeah.
it's okay.
But sometimes it's like, okay, well, it's too late to change. This
Right.
is what I thought, well, okay, this is what it is.
Yeah.
So imagine living with Jeff. I'm making sense right now. It's all right. Because I mean that's pretty micro.
I mean, when I keep it straight in there, like right into the weeds of like, hey, by the way.
Even though Jeff music and you wrote, you recorded it.
Yeah. Well, it was a big deal to me because I was telling Jeff that the producer for that album, he loved everything I wrote except that song. And so,
Such a good song.
it's I thought so.
Yeah.
And because I decided to really fight for it. I'm like, no, it's got to be. He's like, no, you can write something better. Just go write something better. I'm like, no, it's going to be the album. So it was a bit of a weird moment between me and
So in British, did you tell him to piss off?
Piss off, man. Actually, Brits usually, yeah.
That's way too polite.
That's my Monty Python.
Although it's funny that my wife, who's very posh, very British, when she cusses, it sounds like Shakespeare, though. That's awesome. Doesn't sound bad at all. Anyway, doesn't make her happy. But Anyway, but yeah, so I had this whole conversation, and I think so when we were editing the lyrics to that song, and because you go into the studio, you can all sing it a dozen times, and you pick out all the good pieces, and you compile that together for your final take. Somehow that word just got edited right out, and he could care less. He was not paying attention to it. You know, that's kind of his job. You're supposed to have the lyrics there and be like, hey, there's a word missing. But yeah, he didn't care. Anyway, I got a chance to re-record it, and then, you know, which brought me here. So it was all meant to be, apparently, right?
Yeah,
It's so fun, crazy how that goes. Let's see. This next song is, I was telling you about my karaoke song.
Yeah, for Matchbox 20.
Yes, my Matchbox 20 story. And, sorry, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on now. Sorry, man.
You know, Brian, Jeff, whenever you guys did this years ago and you would invite us over, it just, I'm gonna tell you it's a little bit better.
I don't see you in 10 years.
I don't know. I feel like you guys, I mean, you might get halfway through, you know, playing, say, hey, hold on, I'm gonna go grab a beer.
The problem was we get to a song, we get to the solo, and then we're like, well, we're just gonna play it. We can't sing it, we can't play solo.
And then he goes off.
I've got really high hopes for you that you're going to be better and you haven't started yet.
Said differently, we set the baseline.
Oh, he hasn't heard it on that.
Well, and don't hesitate to go use the bathroom, or grab a beer, pint. Right.
Somebody's looking for that pause button real quick. Hold on, be right back.
Anyway, so, right, the Matchbox 20, you guys know these guys, right? So, Rob Thomas, singer, yeah. Okay, cool. So, we were on tour with them, this is back late 90s, I guess, and we were opening for them because they were just blowing up through the stratosphere. And the shows would always go really late though, so, you know, we'd be going on around 8 or 9, but we wouldn't be getting out of the venue until 2 or 3 in the morning. Except for this one place in Madison, Wisconsin. It was a Thursday night, and we were playing a venue. For some reason, they had a curfew. We had to be completely out of the building by 10, which was crazy. So it was a really early show. And so normally we would go to a hotel and then sleep that night, and then get on the buses in the morning and drive to the next city. But instead, we decided, well, we'll get on the buses and drive for an hour out of town, stay kind of middle of nowhere, and find a hotel and crash. So that's what we did. Next thing I know, it's 11 o'clock, 11 p.m. We're at a hotel, all checked in, and normally I don't eat after playing, especially so late. It's just bad for my voice. But it was 11 and I was hungry, so I went down to the lobby and I asked the lady, like, is there? I know we're in the middle of nowhere here, and I know it's Thursday, but is there any place that might still be serving food? And she said, not many places, but however, across the street there's a little sushi restaurant that serves till midnight. I'm thinking, like, okay, sushi in the middle of Wisconsin, middle of nowhere, right? So I was, deciding if I should give that a chance or not. Anyway, Rob comes down and asks the same question to the lady behind the desk. She said, oh, well, I just told that gentleman over there about there's a sushi restaurant across the street. So he looks over at me and he's like, let's go. I'm like, okay, I guess we're going. So we walk across the street, we walk into this little restaurant, and there's not one person in there, which is never a good sign, right? We sit down anyway, and he immediately orders a bottle of sake, right? And I'm thinking, like, okay, because I don't drink when I'm singing too. Again, it's bad for my voice. And he's like, come on, man, you need to lighten up and just relax for a moment and enjoy the night. And so I joined him. So we sat there for the next hour. We went through 2 bottles of sake. We didn't eat anything. Probably a good choice. And so it's midnight. I remember looking around this restaurant because we were in whatever drunken conversation we were having. And I look around, the place is packed, right? Turns out this little sushi bar in the middle of nowhere in Wisconsin on Thursday night at midnight is karaoke night. And so you got 2 lead singers and you're sitting there drinking. It's karaoke night. Okay. And so I was telling Rob, I'm terrified. My whole life I've been terrified of karaoke. Like my worst nightmare would be bombing at a karaoke. Keeps me up at night. And yeah, he thought it was funny too. I thought it was a huge laugh. Anyway, so I was serious. I was like, there's no way you get me on a karaoke stage. Anyway, he'd already put his name in the little hat thing that they did. So we're having this conversation, you hear this, R. Thomas to the stage, please. So I'm like, oh man, so he gets up. But he goes up and very smartly sings one of his own songs. Right? He just sang this song for 6,000 or 7,000 people about an hour beforehand. And he absolutely just crushes it, right? It just kills it, of course. He comes back and sits down, and so we're having a good laugh. But he put my name in there too. So right after that, you get Jay Richards to the stage, please. So that's all that pressure of years of stressing about that hit me, and so I walked up and I thought, well, maybe what I'll do is I'll play it safe. So I'll go up and sing one of my own songs. So I went up and sang Kind of Blue Cars, right? It's a big hit at the time. I wrote it, right? So I don't even have to look at the screen, so I can know the words and all that. And I thought I did a pretty good job. So okay, so I go back and I sit down, and we're having a good laugh about it. And there's this table next to us that had these bunch of guys there. They were super rowdy, having a good time. And one of the guys leans over and he taps me on the shoulder and he's like, "Hey man." It's like, "That was pretty good." "Thank you." This is the best part though. It's like, it's not quite how the guy does it. Right? How awesome is that? Okay. So the cool thing was I immediately realized that I'm in this place, nobody has any idea who we are. Like, they have no idea that we're the guys that wrote these songs. So all that pressure just melted away. We were just two guys drinking sake, right? So at that point, the rest of the night, it was sing whatever you want. And we were going for Queen, we were doing Guns N' Roses, but anyway, so this next song I'm going to play for you is not an easy song to sing, but I figured, I'll go for it. And if I completely crash and burn, no one will care. Right? Anyway, this is now my karaoke song.
See the stones set in your eyes, see the thorn twist in your side, and I wait for you. Sleight of hand and just a fate, on a better hand she makes me wait, and I wait for you. And with or without you, and with or without you, I can't live. With or without you. Through the storm we'll reach the shore. You give it all, but I want more. And I wait for you. And with or without you, with or without you, I can't live. With or without you. And you give yourself away, and you give yourself away, and you give, and you give, and you give yourself away. My hands are tied, my body bruised, she's got me with nothing to win now. Nothing left to lose, and you give yourself away, and you give yourself away, and you give, and you give, and you give yourself away. oh, 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 no. So without you, without you, I can't live. So without you, my hands are tied. My hands are tied.
Good. Karaoke song. Good times, right? For the Irishman, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Here.
Gotcha. Cool. Well, maybe I'll.
Did you ever meet Bonnie?
You know, sadly, no. That would have been really cool because he's a pretty amazing dude. I have to say. You know, he's also. As I trained opera technique for 30 years, bel canto, Italian opera style, as did he. His father was an opera singer, and so he learned how to sing properly. You know, seems really well. You know, besides I'm 57, he's got to be what, like 60 something. I don't know what. He still sounds really good. And singing songs are really difficult to sing. It's like, you know, just feeling just that. So yeah.
I'm going to be telling a story about Bono. He was a bit of a wanker.
No, he was telling a story about Chris Martin.
Oh, that's right. Okay. I knew it was in that
But it's a beautiful song.
beautiful soul. He's a bit of a wanker.
It's a beautiful song.
That is awesome. Good times. Right, so let's see. This next song is from the very first Dishwalla album, and it's the only. It's a big rock record, right? I don't know if you remember back in the day. This is a ballad. This particular song. The video we did for it is kind of so 90s and ridiculous. Like I've got really long hair, of course, and they had me suspended me by cables up in the air, about 30 feet in the air, and had me floating through an enchanted forest, right? So ridiculous. So awesome at the same time. Like, that is so cool and so ridiculous at the same time. So, you know, if you do see, you know, the MTV video, they were playing it, you know, like 4 or 5 times a day on MTV, which is me floating through the sky, you know, like weird trees and so. Anyway, good times. And I think they spent about $500,000 on that video too, all 4 minutes. So, which we're still paying for. It's all really.
I hope this helps.
Anyway, this is called Give, the very stripped down version of Give here.
Want to remain a child with you forever, until as you lay before me, you tease me and tell me to stay. What would you give? Oh yeah, what would you give? 'Cause what would you give? Lord, what would you give? 'cause I haven't felt the comfort. And now what did I do to disappoint you? And out of my emptiness, and still there it keeps returning to remind me, and that I want to remain a child with you forever. And here as you lay before me, you tease me and tell me to stay. What would you give? 'Cause what would you give? Lord, what would you give? Cause I have given everything I could, but I don't think it really even matters. And maybe nothing does. And still it keeps returning to remind me that I want to remain a child with you forever. Until it's too late before me, you tease me and tell me to stay. What would you give? Lord, Lord, what would you give? 'Cause what would you give? Until it's too late before me, it sees me and tell me to stay. What would you give? Lord, yeah. What would you give? And what would you give? What would you give? 'Cause what would you give?
Pushing my sustain pedal across the floor. It was like way over there. What? Whoa, yeah. Yeah, you know, I don't know what I was thinking. It's this beautiful wood floor. I'm not used to that. So, it's
What a great space this has been, you guys. Just to fully appreciate the acoustic aspect of this, so wood floors, right? Amazing. And it's big space, right? High ceilings. And one of the coolest things is the ceiling is not parallel to the floor. So when it's angled like that and you have other features in the room, it keeps the long reflections down. So it sounds ambient in the room, but not in an obtrusive way. And so recording studios, if you walk in, you'll notice the walls are not parallel. They have a lot of these kind of, so apparently this is actually a recording studio.
It's available for hire.
Doing the next record here. That is awesome. Anyway, yes, it's a cool, really cool space. Hope you guys enjoying yourselves. I super appreciate y'all being here, and thank you so much for having me. Yeah, it's just awesome. All right. I know where you guys live. Jared's calling. Don't answer it. He's serious. So it's calling again. Always. Okay. Let's see. This guitar is being so weird today. Alright, close that. Okay. Cool. Let's see. So most of my life has been spent, traveling, and for a long period of my life, my address was my parents' house. So that there's no point in actually paying rent or anything. I was either in a tour bus or a van or an airplane or something. Anyway, so the idea of home for me just became about finding being a place of peace and safety, really. And so I was in Atlanta, missing home, and so I wrote this song and called it Home. So, play it from now. Here we go.
I'm so sick and tired of all these things that drag me down. I got nowhere to go. You say that life is in these hands. You give everything, and you give yourself away. You give things to each other, and find yourself longing for the door. Come and take me home. Lead me to your door. Take me where you are. Lead me to your door. At least just for a while. At least just for a while. It's uncomfortable days, forever days. We're in the cold and unfamiliar way. So take this fear and fade it out. It won't make me sad, 'cause I get sentimental all along the ways, and I don't wanna let me down here. Well, come and take me home. Lead me to your door. Take me where you are. Lead me to your door. And let me in, just let me in. And let me leave, just let me leave this world. Come on and let me leave this world. At least just for a while. door. No rage, I find myself, I'm running for the door. Well, come and take me home, lead me to your door. Take me where you are. Lead me to your door. Come and take me home to your door. Lead me to your door. Lord, lead me to your door. So come and take me, come and take me home. You say you want diamonds on a ring of gold. Talk about one. You say you want a story to make untold, with all the promises we made, from the cradle to the grave. When no animals is you, Lord. So come and take me, come and take me home. Lord, take me. Come and take me, come and take me home. Lord, take me home. Come and take me, come and take me home.
Yeah, you like that? I was trying to think, bringing fellow Irishmen back. It is, similar progression, it turns out. That's awesome. Yes, so this next song, this is the very first song my father ever taught me how to play on guitar. And my dad passed away, about 15 years ago now, and he passed away though at a time where smartphones weren't like they are now. So, how we film everything, we take pictures of everything, we've got a record of everything. And, get some of us in trouble. But in a good way, it is kind of nice to have all that footage that's around. Because when my dad passed, there was none of that. So there was no recording of him speaking. He has an incredible voice, no him singing, none of that. And I realized over time, I started to forget what his voice sounded like, which was heartbreaking, right? And then I heard this song, and which is the first song he taught me how to play. And man, all of a sudden, I was just catapulted right to that moment of him sitting across from me and pointing at my fingers and saying, no, that one goes there, and that one goes there. And listening, I could hear him singing, I could hear him talking, and it was clear as day. And I gotta tell you, it's just amazing how powerful music is in that way, that it can put you take you right to a place and time, and everything's very vivid and clear. It's so cool. So it brought my dad's voice back, which is just the most incredible thing. So I started playing, and I did an album about 4 years ago of just cover songs, and I put a couple of songs my dad taught me on there. Anyway, it's a great song, and there you have it. Sing with me if you want that song. Good. There you go. Someone told me long ago, there's a calm before the storm. I know
When so the song they say it'll rain a sunny day. I know, shining down like water, and I will know. Have you ever seen the rain? And I will know. Have you ever seen the rain? Going down on a sunny day. Going down on a sunny day. Yesterday, days before, the sun is cold, the rain is hot. I know, been that way for all my time. Till forever on it goes, through the circle fast and slow. I know, and I can't stop it and wonder. And I will know. Have you ever seen the rain? And I will know. Have you ever seen the rain? Going down on a sunny day. Going down on a sunny day. Going down on a sunny day.
So let's see. So apparently it's Terry's birthday. Where's Terry? Yeah, right there. It's stuck on the list here, so I can't see him from here down. So I've seen that birthday. It's like a law. It's right in my head. I get it. So all right. So Terry, so you're 29? 30?
45.
45.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I was a bit lost. I knew it was something close. All right, here we go.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Terry. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Terry. Happy to you.
Just hug by your piano teacher. Yep. Anyway, so this next song, I'm gonna get some help.
Yeah,
You guys gonna jump on? Yeah, you okay with that? Yeah, no, take your time. No pressure. No pressure. So take your time. We just changed strings over here, so that always takes a while for them to kind of settle in.
Trying to see his hands shaking a little bit there.
We can do the same thing.
Yeah, I will say, remember the one job I had to do?
That's alright. That's okay. It's just something to sound right. It's his bad.
It's like having a bolt left over.
Okay, exactly.
There's only a few parts left over.
this is the other karaoke song I sang that night.
You know what? If we mess it up, I'm sorry.
Okay, I was just gonna say, right? Walnut had jammed this over and over and over, right? So we know it. But as soon as he steps in the room, I'm like,
Yeah, no, but you ran through it
We're not
the first
judging.
time?
yeah,
Who was the one who made the first mistake?
I didn't.
You guys were nailing it. I was a bad note.
And I
So.
was right about that solo. So
We'll mess it up.
yeah, we'll
Okay. There we go.
Shine, 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 shine. He walks with a purpose in the sneakers down the streets. Many questions children often do. He said, tell me your heart somewhere. Tell me am I very far? He said, tell me your heart somewhere. 'Cause I really like to hear and ask who I were, who we are. Tell me your heart somewhere.
before we go. But you guys, thank you. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you guys for rocking with me last week. I got to just stop and just sing. How cool is that?
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
How are you guys for the next month? Are you guys?
There you go. Free up the schedule.
Man.
Come to our house next.
Do what?
I said, you can play our living room next. Seriously, I'm ready. I'll sign where
It does take a lot of pressure off when I have to play all the time. It's just sing.
Andrew can tell you that I probably played that 5 times a night.
Sorry.
The last week being ready because I just didn't want to blow it. I know.
I'm playing it in a weird key right now, just to make things happen. And he's like, "So what are you playing it in?" I'm like, C sharp major. He's like, "Okay." You were actually really cool about it.
Yeah, I was. I was like, yeah, thank you.
You're like, I love that key. No problem. I love that key.
It's like this puddle on the floor going. But then I didn't have to change, so.
No, hey, there you go. That all always helps. Anyway, thank you guys. That was really good. I'll have to get some footage from you guys.
We will.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I gotcha.
Yeah, okay, cool. All right, well, yeah, I got one more for you. This is another song my dad taught me. It might be the second song my dad taught me, maybe. But and this song, I played this song in probably 16 different countries now, and it doesn't matter where you go. Everybody knows this song. It's almost like it's in our human DNA. This song. So you'll see as soon as I start playing it, you're like, of course. And yeah, no, that's it. Sing with me. But again, you guys, thank you so much. Thank you really for having me. It's been awesome. So there you go. Sorry if I'm looking good.
Sounds good.
Okay. That's what we want, right? So-
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is older, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, blowing like a breeze. Country roads, take me home to the place that I'll be home. West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home. Country roads and all my memories, they gather round her. A mindless lady, stranger to the water. Dark and dusty, painted on the sky. Misty taste of moonshine, teardrop in my eye. Country roads, take me home to the place that I'll be home. West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home. Country roads, I hear the voice in the morning hours. She calls me. The radio reminds me of my home far away. I'm driving down the road, I can feel the night. Should have been home yesterday. yesterday, yesterday, yeah. Country roads take me home to the place that I belong, West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home, country roads.
Okay, so we're all gonna sing this. Because I know you all know the words to this song. It's crazy. I was driving down the road around Christmas with one of my boys, and my wife and I have 4 boys. And he's probably 22, and he's tapping away on his phone, and we're driving down the road, and the radio is on, and this song comes on the radio, and out of nowhere, because I did not play a lot of John Denver at home. Love John Denver, but never did. But the song comes on, and as soon as the chorus comes in, we both immediately start belting it out. And then immediately stop and look at each other and go, how do you know that? I was like, are you kidding me, dude? It's freaking John Denver, bro. And it turns out that the song was in a video game, which doesn't seem very video game-like, but this was such a proud dad moment because out of all the music that is in video games, which most of it is, kind of heavy and over the top, or occasionally it's good, he loved the song so much, he went and found it on Spotify, downloaded it, and then learned how to sing the whole song. And I was like, that is so beautiful, man. So what we did that day, so we drove home, and I had a recording studio in my house. So we went into the recording studio. He's got a beautiful voice, my son, he's lovely, and lovely. And said I put him up in front of the microphone, and I played guitar, and I recorded him singing. And so I have that. How cool is that? And so the song is amazing, man. Yeah, all right, so I'm gonna count you in. You guys ready? All right, you start off. Country roads, country. There we go. All right, 1, 2. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home, country road, one more time, country roads, take me home to the place I belong. Country road, take me home, low down country roads, yeah.
No, that was pretty timely with the lights.
Thank you, thank you. I liked it. Something out of the right? Amazing, thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. Front row. We had them on select to see
Everybody's welcome to stay as long as you like, eat, drink, whatever. We're gonna hang out. Yeah. Yes.